When changing a condenser fan motor and looking to size the correct condenser fan motor up, etc., and one needs to figure out the precise size of it, one will find a tag like this which will indicate the stats. So one needs to follow these numbers here. Normally there will be a 3-wire or a 4-wire, which will normally be a common start or run. So anyway, once you get one goes to this particular tag, there are three numbers here that well, there are several numbers in fact, but one says horsepower, one says volts, one says amps, one says cap size, one says RPMs. So keep in mind, now there are three numbers here. All numbers are important, so are of utmost importance. So horsepower is very important. The line drawn here, but the particular case, this particular fan motor is 1/10 of a horsepower. So we need to go back with a 1/10, 1/10 of a horsepower. The amps, I think, is 0.75. Okay, the volts is 208 to 230. That's important, but normally, generally speaking, that should be matched up on a residential use. Okay, another point of preeminence here would be the cap size, 3 microfarad. Okay, thirdly, we have an RPM, which is 825 RPM. So we need to make sure that we go back with one that accepts a 3 microfarad. And very, very importantly, the RPMs. In this particular situation, we have a 825 RPM, so we need to go back with an 825. So to reiterate, horsepower 1/10, we need to go with a 1/10. Cap size 3 microfarad, we need to go and be sure that we're um, commensurate with a 3 microfarad. RPMs, revolutions per minute, 825. We need to go back with an 825. So again, this little tag here on the motor can indicate a lot of information. Now, one little tip, if one goes to the office supply store, they may want to get a piece of this clear plastic that has stickum on one side and clear plastic on the other. Actually overlay this, cut it to size a little bit larger than your label, and perhaps overlay it. That way it doesn't get dry rotted. The label over a period of years leaves wet, rain, and then just wash off. So then when one goes to change the motor, say 3, 5 years, 6 years, 10 years, whatever time frame you're changing your condenser fan motor, then perhaps just wipe the surface area, the clear overlay, wipe it clear, and so hopefully then the numbers should be able to manifest themselves. And again, you need to match these numbers off of your label. So again, to recap, horsepower 1/10, we're going to need a 1/10. Volts 208 to 230, we need this. Amps this. Cap size in this particular situation is 3 microfarad. If hypothetically it was a 5 microfarad, we would need to do that. But this particular one says 3 microfarad, so we need to go here. Very important number, this last number, RPM. So this is 825 RPM. So do match the 825 up. So these three numbers here with the arrows are of utmost importance. Again, horsepower 1/10, cap size 3, RPM 825. And if we match that up with this particular motor, if this label indicates this on the condenser fan motor. And one other important point I may want to broach here, and that is when you're buying a condenser fan motor, perhaps each individual has to do what they feel comfortable with doing, but experience or empirical knowledge indicates that when one goes into a supply house, be certain that they get a condenser fan motor not a blower motor. And in reverse order, if one is changing a blower motor, make sure that you get a blower motor and not a condenser fan motor. Will one work? Perhaps one knows how to make it work, but changing the condenser fan motor, you need a condenser fan motor. Changing a blower motor, you need a blower motor. Sounds simple, but um, be sure to be very clear and cogent when you talk to the supply counter. So again, horsepower, match this up, cap size, match this up, RPM, match this up, and then it should do fine as providing everything is operating properly. Thank you for watching and have a wonderful day.